Welcome back to another tutorial. For today I have a 20 by 30 canvas. I also need to apologise in advance if you hear smashing sounds. My neighbours are having some construction being done to the house, so there is a bit of building noise. For colours I have primary red, cadmium yellow, titanium white, makeup blending brush, cat tongue brush, a liner brush, a long flat brush, large wide flat brush, a bar of water and a cloth spray bottle. I'm going to start off by generously spraying off my canvas first. So we're going to be doing a blend. I want to try something new, kind of have something in my head. I want to do a nice blend with the colours and then go on top with something else. So I'm going to be grabbing my long flat brush. With the primary red, I'm going to be going over here at the top. This primary red colour has a pink undertone, which is why I've chosen it, because I wanted this kind of almost pink sky. And then with the primary red, I'm going to then grab some cadmium yellow and create an orange. It's a very easy way to make the colours complement each other is by mixing the colours you already have. So instead of mixing an orange from colours that you're not using in the painting, you build up an orange with colours in your painting. So now I'm going to go in and add this kind of orange colour. Okay, so I'm just putting a nice amount of paint on there, so it's going to be opaque, so we might not have to go in with a second layer. But if I can see my surface is drying up, I just add some more. I just spray it a little bit more so it gets wet, more wet, and the colours can blend nicely together. Then going in straight with my cadmium yellow, I'm going to grab that. And then at the bottom, I'm going to go in with some white. It doesn't have to be too much because we do want this to be yellow, but we just want to have a kind of a light yellow colour at the base. Okay, now we have these colours. Grab my wide brush, but I'm going to be leaving this dry. I'm not going to be wetting it. And going in with the colours, I'm going to be brushing forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. And this is to start creating that depth. Sometimes going more up, sometimes going more down. Like so. This is just the way we're going to get that blend, to blend the colours together. So we're going to get a smooth colour payoff. And we're going from the lightest colour to the darkest. And so now I'm just going back and forth. Quickly grab my long flat brush and just add a little bit of white here, just to quickly blend that colour that was there. And then with my flat brush, I'm just going to remove any colour on the bristles with my cloth. I'm just going to leave this to dry and go in with a second lighter layer. I've let this for a couple of minutes to dry. I'm going to go in now with my flat brush and I'm going to do the same thing but without spraying my canvas. So I'm just going in with a wet brush and grabbing a lighter kind of consistency of each colour and going over the top with what we just did. And this is just to get that really rich colour payout. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the orange, just grabbing more of that, make sure that it's nice and wet and has a really loose consistency. This is so that it doesn't dry fast and it also will blend well. It will give us enough time to work with the colours. And then moving on to the yellow. There we go. And then on to the white. And then we can move on to the next phase. And this time I'm just going to lightly blend it. I'm not going to blend it overly like I did in the first layer. That was giving us that base. So now I'm just going to be a bit lighter on my hand. I'm going to go in using a lighter hand this time, just to blend in all the colours, but being a little bit more soft and loose. I'm not trying to... You can also do kind of these quick strokes as well. And there we go. Okay. Then you need to rub off any spraying it over a bit, just to give me a bit more time to work with the colours. Okay, now what I'm going to do is very quickly, grabbing my long flat brush, I'm going to start adding in some white. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Kind of making these very rough cloud shapes. We want them to be visible. So I'm just going in with the white, and okay, now what I'm going to do is, taking my makeup blending brush, I'm going to start fluffing this out. So we're going to get these wispy looking clouds. I'm kind of dabbing. Don't want to be moving the paint too much. We can go in again with some more white after. I want these really nice, soft, fluffy clouds. So when I had the idea in my head, it was to create these clouds whilst the paint was wet. I love working with paint whilst it's wet on wet. Okay, so we have that first set. We have those first set of clouds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to brush off any excess paint off my brush. And now I'm going to go in with my long flat brush again. But I'm removing any excess water. And I'm going to go in and add that second layer of white, but not everywhere now. So kind of be more selective about it, so we get this more whimsical fantasy effect from the sky. Maybe grab a little bit more white. Okay, like so. Just want to create this really beautiful effect. Oh, I've got some pink clouds, never mind. That's okay. All right, so going back in with my makeup blending brush. This is honestly one of the best tools that I discovered this year. It was this makeup blending brush. All right, now I'm going to blend those out a bit more. As you can see now, we have this really soft cloud effect almost. So you can see the clouds, but they're just so soft, which is exactly what I wanted. So I am really happy with how that's turned out. Okay, rubbing off any excess. I'm just going to go in anywhere that needed a bit more fluffing. Okay. And then what we can do is go back and forth now. So we can go in and add a bit more darker pink into some of those clouds. Make some of the clouds have a bit more shape. So we can choose, grab some of that orange mix, some of the orange running through the clouds there, then grabbing some of the yellow. Okay, and doing the same thing with the brush, going in and blending that out. It's very, very soft, very, very subtle, but I think the overall effect of it is really beautiful. Going in with the cat tongue brush, I'm going to be grabbing some of that pink and putting down a little bit of titanium white onto my palette. And I'm going to be picking up a little bit of the white, and I'm just going to slowly start adding small strokes into the sky. These can kind of be like stars, flowers. I just always love adding floating petals into my paintings. Oh, apologies for the noise today, honestly, it is so bad. So I'm just going to add them into the sky like so. And then where it's orange, I'm going to grab a bit of yellow and a bit of pink, a bit of primary red, sorry. Mix that into my cat tongue brush and start doing the same. And we're going to add little sparkles into the painting. And I've done that cerulean blue, but I don't think I'm actually going to end up using it. I'm actually really happy with the painting as is. I just love that effect of the clouds and the floating petals. I don't really want to, I'm not sure that I want to add to it. What I'm going to do is take my liner brush and I'm going to go in with titanium white, and I'm going to start adding some stars. I might go on top and add some white speckles. I do want to add some bigger. So I'm going to do the white here. So white, and kind of do shooting star. So just dragging my brush and I'm just going to keep dotting these until I'm happy with how many there are. I think there is a number that you need to do. It is as little or as many as you want. Some bigger, some smaller. Okay, I'm going to add here a bigger star. And another one here. Might do one there. So I'm just going over the dot and then dragging some paint. Over, and this is just to make that effect of a bigger star. I'll go for an odd number. So I have 4 so far, so I'm going to do 1 more. Just think things always look better when they're odd. So I'm going to do 1 more here, like so. And then I'm going to grab my cat tongue brush. I'm going to wet it, get some of that white, and I'm going to tap in certain places just to get more of that starry effect. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you enjoyed the most, and I'll see you in the next video.